Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. As we continue commemorating Women's Month, we focus on a 23-year-old optometrist who owns a practice, Optic Icare Optometry, Manare Matlou, who joins me in studio. Thank you so much for coming to speak to us here on Newzroom Afrika. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
You have made tremendous strides in your field of practice. At just 23, you opened your own practice. I mean, what level of determination did this take? Like, what did it take for you to get to this point?
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to greet everyone that is watching. As I said, I'm from Buluvedu, so I'm greeting everyone from Buluvedu. So I didn't want to be like any ordinary child who just graduate, work, and then wait for pension funds and resign. So I wanted to open a practice. I knew when I was young because the person that motivated me is my grandmother, who passed on when she was blind. So that's when I started knowing that there is what we call an optometrist and ophthalmologist, because they were always taking her for checkups. So I would go with her, and then she was always complaining about her eyes. And then I just wanted to open a practice fast, so that I can help someone who is struggling with her eyes, just like my grandmother. Yeah.
So coming from Buluvedu, a very rural setup, and also, you know, for those who may be watching, also living in rural areas where it doesn't seem like there are many possibilities, looking at your surrounding, what did it take for you to be so determined? I mean, you speak about your grandmother, but you still had to move out of the village to go to the city and make sure that you fulfill your dreams.
Yes, so as you have asked, as we know, so children from rural areas compared to urban areas, we often find ourselves in precarious situations due to extreme poverty and lack of education. And that I'm going to give an example using myself. I went to a public school, so which is Gubin Primary School. It's a public primary school. I even went to Mukutu Secondary School. So it was a bit difficult because I didn't even know some of the courses. I didn't even know what is an optometrist when I was a child. So you just grow up and then you go to school, you don't even know what is going to happen. So it's a bit difficult. But what I can say to young women that are listening that are from rural areas is that we must take strength or draw strength from successful women who made it. There are people that are from rural areas who made it.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. What challenges did you face?
So, it's growing up.
Yeah, growing up and also eventually opening your practice and making your dreams come true.
Okay, so when I grew up as a pastor's daughter, so it was a bit challenging. So I grew up having depression. I was having low self-esteem as a child because, you know, the community has a certain expectation on a pastor's child. So there's a level way in which, there's a certain manner in which they expect you to behave. So there's a point in time where, Lord, I had anxiety. I was always indoors. I didn't want to go outside because I was afraid that people were going to judge me. Even when I went to varsity, it was a bit difficult because we are afraid to wear in a certain manner, talk with certain people because we are afraid to be judged. But anyway, I just thank God because we are here, and I believe it's Him who gave me strength.
Absolutely. And looking at your practice, that standing, you know, talk us through the steps that you know, you had to take to eventually open this practice, the lessons you've learned along the way, because, you know, with a career, you're always learning, you're always growing, and, you know, reaching this milestone. What has it meant for you?
So I graduated in 2020. I was 21 years of age, and then I started working. I worked for 3 companies, so in just a period of 1 year. I was working, resigning, because I felt like it was not enough. Like I just wanted to acquire more information and get the experience so that I can open a practice fast. So it was a bit challenging because the people they didn't believe in me.
Yeah.
Like it was, you're still young, you still need to work, and then before you can open a practice. So, but yes, I did it anyway because I really wanted to open a practice.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And perhaps before you leave, what advice would you give to young women who are watching and are impressed by the strides you've made?
Okay. So the foundation has already been laid, so I feel like it is our responsibility as women to emulate the women of 1956 who fought against apartheid. They fought for us, and now it is our turn to step in. So as women, we need to support each other, and I believe that if we commit to our effort, we will see emancipation in women. So this is the code that I have to leave with every woman that is watching. Feminism is not about making women strong. Women are already strong. Feminism, it is about changing how the world perceives their strength.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us in studio. An inspirational young lady, Manare Matlou, who is the director of Optic Icare Optometry.